Hello again, everyone. Terry Earthwind over at Consortium, and I have a friend and colleague from GIFT. So, what's GIFT? Global Institute for Thought Leadership. Eduardo Biceno, I am very happy that you stopped by. This is going to be interesting.
Thanks, Terry, for having me here. It's great to see you as always.
You're a joy to be around and a fine colleague at that. Well, Eduardo Biceno, what are you doing?
What am I doing? The main thing I do is I help companies foster growth mindset cultures. So that is learning-oriented cultures. I've been doing that work for the last 13 years. So I do keynotes and workshops, everything interactive. Now, obviously, all online. With companies that want to foster innovation and continuous improvement and a culture of learning. So that's what I'm doing as what I do for my work. But something else that I've been doing for the last 2 years is I've been learning a lot about race and privilege. So I'm part of a couple of groups that meets one meets every 2 weeks, and the other group meets once a month. And we just assign those groups are all comprised of people with pretty light skin, and we are kind of educating ourselves, and so assigning ourselves articles and books and talking about them, talking about what's challenging in diversity, equity, and inclusion, what questions we have, and how to take action to help create a more equitable world. So that's an area where I feel like I've grown a lot in the last 2 years. I have a long way to go. This is a process that's ongoing. But that is one thing that I'm doing outside of work that I'm really enjoying.
That is interesting. I'm one of those light skins. I'm Chickamauga Cherokee from where I'm at here in Western North Carolina, Tennessee, Northern Georgia area, and traditionally we're pretty light skinned people. So we can kind of what we call move into mainstream relatively easy, kind of covert, if you will, which has been an advantage over the years because we have not fallen short of prejudice and those kinds of things. So that's been a benefit. On the other side of that, we did not go on the Trail of Tears. So we're not a recognized tribe and blah, blah, blah. So we'll just let that lie and go from there. So
Wow.
tell me about these groups you got. This is interesting. I like this.
Yeah, it's we just we reflect and we learn. And for me, I've learned that growing up in Venezuela, which is where I grew up, race or gender were not issues for me growing up, because now I realize I was in the lighter skin of the spectrum in terms of my skin in that society, and it's a pretty patriarchal society, and I'm a man, I'm cisgender male, straight, and so growing up, I thought, well, I don't have anything against women, I don't have anything against people of color. I'm not a part of the problem. This is not my issue. I'm going to stay out of it. And what I've realized over time is that that my not taking action perpetuates the systems that are creating inequity. And so if I'm not taking action, I am part of the problem. I am perpetuating reality and perpetuating inequity and unequal opportunity. And I've needed to learn from people who have had very different experiences than mine, because they've felt a lot more discriminated against and biased against, and whether it is in applying for jobs or getting promoted or walking out on the street, and those are experiences that I didn't have. So I've had to learn not learn from people who have chosen to tell those stories through books or documentaries or things like that, and then also learn from experts of diversity, equity, inclusion in terms of what are best practices, how do we mitigate biases in organizations and in our lives, and how can we take action as anti-racist. So those are things that I really value, and I'm continuing to work hard at.
Fabulous, fabulous. I'm glad I grabbed this because that was excellent. Thank you very much for stopping in, Eduardo. This was great.
It's great to be here. Thanks, Harry.
You bet. Bye-bye. Consortium, the business model for the 21st century.